Away from Aston Gaming Showcase Finals in Washington. They're gonna bury here to go on to face who? Welcome everybody to the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos and powered by Leaguegaming. We are here at Twitch TV /Capitals with WannaCry going against Stargazing, and I am It's King Lime, also known as Tegan Blair. I'm joined by bMaJuH, also known as Brandon Bigsby, and behind the scenes, who saved me from under the weather, Brandon, but now unfortunately stuck in there himself, F5 Penguin Nick DeMeo.
Hey, we're able to help each other out. That's what makes a great team. And speaking of great teams, we're going to have two more on the ice tonight between WannaCry and Stargazing. Two teams that are 3-3, have kind of slid a little bit since the start of the season, looking to get back on track right before we get into the playoffs, Lime. Just 2 more weeks to go before you get to that do or die time. So a big chance for both of these teams to kind of right the ship and get back over 500.
Both these teams in very similar scenarios here, Brandon, like you said, and this is the playoff push where they need to drive themselves through.
Yeah, it's that big playoff push, Lime. Obviously, every series matters and every week's matters with a tournament like the Caps Gaming Showcase, especially with that Swiss format. But you see these two teams, both of them coming in 3-3, and as we mentioned, kind of hit their stride early and have had some bumps in the road since then. So a big opportunity for these two teams to play a similar opponent to one another and maybe get things going in the right direction before you meet that playoff matchup where if you lose your series, there's no next week to look forward to. So a big chance for both WannaCry and Stargazing to really get some positive momentum going.
Yeah, and both these teams looking to be very aggressive here with the goal scoring, and you see it on your screen there, Brandon.
Yeah, a big chance here with the goal scoring for both of these guys. Obviously, I know you can kind of look between WannaCry and Stargazing like, man, that's a little bit of a differential between these two, but do not be fooled. This WannaCry team can put goals in the net when they are on and popping. Just takes them getting that momentum and really being able to get that time of possession. If they're able to do that, they're a little bit better in what those stats can read a little bit. So Stargazing has to look out because WannaCry, they can be sneaky when they want to.
They definitely can. And we've also seen a big power play and penalty kill discrepancy between most of the teams that we have seen on this cast, but these ones are very, very evenly matched.
Yeah, a little bit under 4% of a difference on the power play, and then a 1.5% difference on the PK. Obviously, neither of these really elite numbers that you would ideally want to see if you were either of these two sides, but nevertheless, I think it's something that in this series specifically, you can take a little bit of solace with, because you know that the team that you were playing has been just as there on those special teams that you have, so there's not that extra angst when you take that one penalty and make that one mistake. Obviously, you play with fire too much, they will make you pay for it. That's what the best teams do, and these two teams are among that tier of some of those better teams in the EU side of things. But nevertheless, I think you can take a little bit of confidence knowing that the team that you are playing on the other side is so evenly matched with you on special teams. Could be something that potentially decides this series on who is able to really differentiate themselves from that aspect of it.
Stargazing has been kind of battling themselves in 2-goal games. They look to put the puck in the net a few more times than that, as their record is not great in 2-goal games, Brandon.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for them in 2-goal games, and you could really say the same thing here about both of these teams. Stargazing in 1-goal games, 3-3-2, and interestingly enough for WannaCry, they've lost every single one of their games this season by 1 goal. But yet, out of the 6 wins they have, 5 of them have only been by 1 goal. That's tied for the most in the league with YMCA Esports for most 1-goal game wins. So it's going to be interesting to see if WannaCry can kind of break that skid. It kind of seems like it's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Either it's a really close, tight game where they're able to win, or things don't really go the way, they're not able to get going, they lose by a 2 or 3 goal deficit. So if WannaCry is able to stay in games, it's going to be tough for Stargazing to be able to win. But if they can get that early lead, maybe get too early, could really bode well for the chances based on what the history has told us through the first 6 weeks.
So, Brandon, we've done it all season long, and we're not going to stop now. Who do you think on either side is going to be the player of the team for both sides?
I think the big one here for WannaCry, I am looking at Fani. He has been the disher and the assist man for this team at center. He has 11 for WannaCry so far, and he's been a big difference maker in just being able to be a playmaker and being able to facilitate between his 2 forwards at that center spot. And for Stargazing, somebody I'm looking at, maybe for different reasons a little bit, would be Koloslav. He has 12 goals for them so far, and he has been the main kind of goal scorer so far. 35 shots, which is a pretty nice margin above the next closest with 29, which is Ose. So those two, a playmaker and a goal scorer, are going to be interesting to see how those two make their impact known in this game.
Well, we're getting down to ice level here, Brandon, and we're going to find out very soon. If you guys keep your eyes on the top of the screen, you will see Leaguegaming's dynamic stat system, and it's got a ticker real-time updates, and keep in touch with that. Well, Brandon, we are almost ready to go here.
About timeline, like we said, just 2 weeks left, so not a lot of room for error. You got to start getting that momentum going and got to get your best performances beginning to go forward. Everything after these last 6 weeks don't mean anything anymore. It comes down to what is in front of you, and this is a great chance for both of these two sides to take a step in the right direction.
WannaCry in white and green, Stargazing in black, and the face-off is going to be won by Fawn. Up the left-hand side, Timo, that one's going to be steered away by Leski. Puck going to be brought out here by Stargazing through the middle. Nice breakaway pass to Flabberry. He shoots, and what a save as he picks that one up again out front, Brandon. But that's a great start here for Stargazing.
We said how it would be important for Stargazing to get that great start because of how WannaCry struggled in those lopsided games. So a great encouraging sign for anyone rooting on Stargazing for them to get these opportunities so early and so often.
Yeah, and with a team so evenly matched, these guys are going to want to put the first goal in the back of the net to get themselves situated. As that face-off is won by WannaCry, and it's going to be worked out the left-hand side by Death Eagle. Good bump off there on the left-hand side by Kozlov. Puck in the left-hand corner, fought between Eagle and Kozlov. Puck across the middle, Flopperry picks that up. He comes in the left-hand side, looks across. That one's picked off by Death Eagle, who sends Yimmy all alone. He scores!
Great play there by bMaJuH there. You could see he was jetting off from the moment that puck crossed their own blue line. He was trying to split the 2D there of Stargazing in bMaJuH and Nick. That was a great play. You can kind of see the IQ of him reading the way that was going to go. And then luckily for him, the puck was able to get on his stick. He used his speed, turned on the jets, and scored on the breakaway. A great start there for WannaCry. Really, really critical for the way their season has gone so far in a lot of these games.
And it's really been all Stargazing as they come in again with force. With what a pinch there by Nick as he got one on. Puck picked up again by Nick, and that one's going to be sailed wide. Koloslav sends that back to Nick. Shot on is going to be intercepted there by Nickies. Nickies gets that one out here for WannaCry, and what force is put on by Stargazing here as Koloslav sends that one up the middle to Ose. Koloslav, that shot is going to be poked off by Timo. Timo picks that back up for WannaCry, and they're just going to slow things down in their own zone as they have that 1-0 lead. But Ose picks that up in the neutral zone. Puck is offside.
I think it's going to be interesting to watch for WannaCry is how physical that they are as a team. They are third in the league coming into today with 198 hits. Stargazing, on the other hand, second least hits in the league with 80. So the physicality difference is going to be something to look out for.
Here goes Eagle. Sends that one up the right-hand side to Timo. He tries to get himself on that, but the puck's going to be sent out. Ose trying to connect the pass, picked up by Timo. Left-hand side to Fawny. Fawny back to Eagle. Eagle shot tipped and a great save. I'm not sure if that one went off the post, but getting a piece of it nonetheless was Leski. Yimmy battling for it behind the net. Yimmy still has it for WannaCry. Up the left-hand side for Timo. He drops that one back to the point, but it's picked off. And we're going to see a breakaway here for Faberi. Faberi, nice moves, looking back on the cross. But a good job there by Fawny to get himself back in the defensive zone. Great positioning by him as he picks the puck out. WannaCry trying to get the breakout working for them. Timo picks it up in the offensive zone, right-hand side. He's bumped off of the puck, and Flatberry gets a great pass over to Koloslav. Koloslav into the middle, and Ose trying to get that one on. Great defense there by WannaCry, Brandon.
Yeah, and it feels like it's been all Stargazing in terms of those set possession opportunities. A lot of WannaCry's chances off the rush on the counterattack. We'll see if they can get this chance to maybe set something up because Stargazing, it just feels like it's going to break up open for them with the way that they're playing right now.
Puck is going to be picked up by Stargazing in their own zone. They don't mind taking the time. They are up 1-0, but a good pickoff there by Fawny. Fawny drops that one back to Eagle. Good puck movement here by WannaCry in the neutral zone as they look for an entry on Stargazing. And they don't get one. Ose coming down on the left-hand side. It's a pass across and a great save there by Costi. And we haven't seen much of him so far, have we, Brennan?
Yeah, it's been quiet so far for Costi, but nevertheless, this team for WannaCry, they have themselves a 1-0 lead, and it seems like they're just doing so well on that counter-attack. Whenever it feels like Stargazing's getting something going for themselves, they're able to respond.
Puck behind the net. WannaCry is going to work that out. D to D, and they get it up the left-hand side to Fawny. Fawny drops that one back, takes a retrieval pass from Eagle, but Eagle picks it up and tries to bring it in. Fawny, it's loose! Is a bit of a broken play there. Finally picked up by Ose, but poked off by Eagle. Down there, forward checking behind the goal line there, Brandon, as the defense get active.
Yeah, we all know what an aggressive forecheck can do for you. You get a chance to kind of cause a turnover and stay in the offensive zone if it goes correctly. It just takes the right team communication and the right positioning to really be able to pull that off. But how about WannaCry here in this first period, Tegan? Felt like Stargazing kind of controlled the way this game was flowing, and all it took was just the one turnover, the speed from bMaJuH there to get the breakaway, and he capitalized on it. You would figure Stargazing would be up 1-0 with the way this is played out in terms of the possession, but here we are, and it's WannaCry with the lead after first.
Yeah, great job there by WannaCry to capitalize on mistakes, Brandon. We talk about that in esports all the time, how it can always be one team pressing, but just at the drop of a hat, there's a breakaway the other way and a goal for WannaCry.
I think you said it perfectly there, Lime. Just capitalizing on mistakes in any sport. The game can come down to just those little mistakes, whether it be that one turnover, that one out of position pinch. And hockey is no different. If anything, especially with esports, is even more emphasized. You saw it was a great job forechecking on the defense by bMaJuH. He took advantage with that puck being loose and there not being any help back since it was a turnover from the point. He turned on the Jets, was able to get the puck, and did a great job making his move on Lesky to get himself that breakaway goal. A well-earned goal for WannaCry. But the way Stargazing is playing, don't be shocked if they break this open. They're creating a lot of chances for themselves.
Well, here we go. Period number 2 and a between the leg shot here at the Caps Gaming Showcase presented by Leidos and powered by Leaguegaming. And Brandon, WannaCry versus Stargazing, and we're seeing a little fancy.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little bit of flair, man. You know, I know it's crunch time and everything, but you gotta have a little fun with it too, so there's a breakaway.
Koloslav coming in, and what a poke check by Kosti as he comes in handy, and we're going to see WannaCry the other way, 2-on-1 if they're quick. Left-hand side, Yimmy tries to spin. That one's popped off to Eagle. Eagle holds that in. Fani looking for a pass to Yimmy. He can't connect, and Ose brings it up for Stargazing. Over to Flopberry. He looked back into the middle. Nicky's with a great pickoff, and he tries to get that puck up, but it's going to be turned over. Stargazing, what a pass across, and the backhand makes no mistake by Koloslav.
A little give and go and give again there from the Stargazing forward group there. It looked like all 3 forwards were in on that play there, Tegan, as it was the right wing and Koloslav, as you said, that got that backhand in and ready to go. A great play there. We said it, Stargazing, with the amount of possession, the amount of chances they were getting for themselves. They only needed to get that one. A great job by them to be able to stick to it, keeping things going in the right direction, and tying this game up to 1-1.
And again, capitalizing on a WannaCry mistake. So both teams capitalizing on each other's mistakes, getting this to a 1-1 game as that one gets sauced all the way down the ice. Goaltender deciding to get into it, and it might work. Left-hand side, Yimmy into the middle to Fani. Couldn't get the shot on. And Stargazing doing great defense to get that one ahead. But a good poke check jars that one loose. And WannaCry's going to go D to D, and Eagle's going to work it up the left-hand side. Good pass over to Yimmy. Yimmy, he's going to stop up on the hash marks. He's walking all the way in, and it pops into the goaltender's glove, who plays it out as Lesky wants to get things moving. Timo back into the middle to Fani. Backhand shot is going to be blocked, and Flopberry brings that in through the middle. Over to Koloslav. He tries to do a little toe drag shot, maybe a little X-Factor action coming into play, but here goes Eagle up the left-hand side, activating from the point. Poke checked off his stick, and we get rush action back the other way, and there's nothing better than this high-flying action at the Caps Gaming Showcase. Puck behind the net is going to be bumped off, and it jumps up the left-hand side. Puck out front and a one-timer, and Kosti with acrobatic saves, knocking that one off the goal line as that one was behind him.
How about this line? You know, we're so accustomed to seeing that kind of slow, methodical play style when it comes to EU. I think this is a game that the NA would be a little bit proud of. A lot of rush chances, counterattacks, a lot of speed so far in this game as well. This is some great action to watch so far.
Yeah, we're even seeing some dump and chases here, Brandon, which is awesome. And what a move by Koloslav as we see him do the stick-to-skate move and almost walk himself all the way through. Great defense by WannaCry to shut that one down, but we've seen lots of fanciness from both these teams middle of the pack, Brandon.
Yeah, a lot of flair so far, and hey man, if it works, it works. Just gotta put it at the right place at the right time. Never know when you can not just hit a smart play, but make a highlight out of it in the process.
Hey, the All-Star Game's coming up. We might as well see some fresh moves from our friends across the pond here at the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming, and we are here at twitch.tv/Capital. Here comes Fani. Fani drops that one back to the point to Nicky's. Nicky's plays catch, and he gets that one back. Nicky's looking for the cut play in front, but too many WannaCry players filling that lane. Good job by Eagle. He moves that one up to Timo. It's poked off his stick, and Ose's going to work out for Stargazing. Ose has that poked off his stick. It jumps out to Nicky's, and WannaCry works the puck out here 3-on-2 if they're quick. Timo over to Eagle. Eagle walking all the way in. Puck pops loose, and Timo with a swing and a miss. Yimmy picks it up on the right-hand side. Back to Nicky's. He takes it to the corner, rings it around D to D to Eagle. Eagle, he's gonna walk it in along the line, just sending a slow one through and pops loose again. And unbelievable stuff as they get their player back from the penalty kill.
Well, Lion, we talked about it in the open, how even these two teams were on special teams. That was our first look at it right there. Stargazing's penalty kill gets the victory over the power play of WannaCry. A nice PK from Stargazing. Not too many opportunities there for WannaCry in terms of those high danger ones. A great job there from Stargazing in order to kill that off. Not really too much worry for them there, but unfortunately, gonna have to try to do another defensive play here to get this out of their zone on the offensive faceoff for WannaCry.
Yeah, both these teams love to make the nice play to score the goal, Brandon, and I respect it as the face-off is tied up and won here by Stargazing. Ase, nice pass, but he can't hold on, and that one's going to be moved up the left-hand side by Yimmy. Good job to hold on to that one. Down to Timo. Timo gives that one away to Koloslav with a great pass up to Floperi. Floperi, it's poked off his stick. Good job by WannaCry to get back. A between the legs pass from Ase, trying to get that one kept down low. Floperi, back to Jaime. That one's going to be off the sidewall, and WannaCry gets bumped off. Good job by Floperi as he gets up and picks it up. Floperi with what a move as he tries to flip that one off the goaltender's back, Brandon.
Oh man, these two teams said, hey, we're in the featured matchup. We're going to put on a show, and boy, have they not disappointed through 2 periods of action, Tegan. I don't think we've seen this type of flair or even the attempts of it all season from any matchup. This is absolutely wild to watch.
Yeah, I agree with you. We have not seen this kind of multiple moves made, Brandon, and they almost are connecting. And you will see that none other than here at the Caps Gaming Showcase, guys. And if you're looking at the top of your screen, you will see the points leaders in Leaguegaming's dynamic stats system with real-time updates. And you'll see the ticker up there, Brandon, but a 1-1 game and 1 period to go.
Yeah, and that beautiful ticker on the top of your screen, even more important this time of year, Lime. It's week 7, it's playoff push. Who's doing what is more important now than ever. So a great job for our friends at Leaguegaming putting this together, and you know, it just adds that dynamic to it, doesn't it? Especially on our NA side tonight where the playoff push is even a little bit more thicker. We'll get to talk about that here at the end of the broadcast and later on tonight. But we have some fun action in front of us here between these two teams. Like, we are getting an absolute treat. And this is just game 1. We have more to go.
That's right. 1 of 3 casts Leaguegaming's putting on today, as you'll be able to watch hockey all day long as we get started in period number 3. That's the puck picked up in front, and that one's poked away. As I was just going to say, WannaCry versus Stargazing 1-1 game. As that one's going to be poked off. Eagle, Stargazing still very aggressive in the offensive zone. Brandon, as they try for a wraparound, but that one's poked off. Ose shoots, he scores!
What a great snipe from Ase there. That was a perfectly placed shot. You can't do it much better than that. And it's interesting because it went from being a potential scoring chance for WannaCry. It was the first time we really saw that hitting stat that we mentioned earlier, 3rd highest hitting tally in the league for WannaCry. They almost developed a chance just like that, but Stargazing able to get themselves out of a pickle, get back in the offensive zone, and get set up, and they put enough pressure on to where they were finally able to capitalize.
And that's it, is that, Brandon, it's just all capitalizing on mistakes. You see the defenseman come in on a pinch, and now it's a 2-1 hockey game here for Stargazing. As Floperi, what a pass into the middle. It's back into Floperi's stick with a backhand, and Costi makes a great save.
And you can just feel the momentum turning a little bit in favor of Stargazing here, Tegan. They're really starting to get going. Maybe a chance here to pat this lead on. We know how good they are when they're able to finally establish the zone and get things going. We'll see if they can do it here.
Puck on the right-hand side. Good pickup by Floperi as he shoots that one on Costi. Steers it easily away. Koloslav, we've seen him make quite a few nice moves, but he gets bumped off the puck this time, and it's a 3-on-2 here for WannaCry. Left-hand side, Yimmy trying to make a pass out front to Fani. That one's going to be picked up. Koloslav drops that one, but picks it back up. Koloslav, left-hand side, fighting with it in the corner. He gets it. He's behind the net. Trying the Michigan there, Brandon, is... Well, I'm sincerely impressed with both of these teams and the efforts for these elite plays.
Yeah, this is absolutely stunning. Usually you don't see this type of style here in any esports, whether it's EU or NA, but man, they are pulling out the bag of tricks and they have gone deep in said bag line. This is fun to watch, man. I'm not used to seeing this kind of play here in the esports scene.
Yeah, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm at the edge of my seat, and you should be too here at the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming. You're watching twitch.tv/Capitals. I am Tegan Blair. We are with Brandon Bigsby and Nick DeMeo as D2D for Stargazing versus WannaCry 2-1 game. Flopberry, he's bumped off of the puck. Battle in the defensive zone for WannaCry. They come out with it. Yimmy over to Timo. Timo with a nice toe drag, but he skated and ended up putting Yimmy offside.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those cases to where the move was nice, but it might have harmed him a little bit there. Unfortunately, that last little L2 move, it had the center and right wing actually caused him to go past the blue line there. I'm not sure if they expected him to really do that close to the blue line.
Puck is going to be dumped down by Stargazing, and they are just trap hockey now, Brandon. Look at them back there as Eagle trying to make a pass across. They do get in. Here comes Funny. Funny shoots. He almost had the 5-hole, but a great job by Lesky.
I haven't called Lesky's name in a minute, but he makes a big save there at a big point. Really kind of a sneaky chance to get tested. You'd be surprised how many times a goalie will let that through. Just a nice little sneaky chance because you're that close and the shot is so in front, but a nice job from Lesky to stay sharp.
Nick keeps that one in, gets it down to Timo. Timo, back to Yimmy. Yimmy, looking for a pass. He self-sauces, might chase it himself, but he can. It's going to be Funny. Funny between the legs in front, and a great save by Lesky.
And WannaCry just displaying the skill right now, man. If they could just get that one going, you can maybe feel that the momentum could turn in this game. They're getting a lot of chances here these last few minutes.
With all these gorgeous moves by either team, we expect to see them on Leaguegaming's dynamic stat system at the top of your screen. As Eagle, left-hand side, gets that one up to Yimmy. Yimmy, that one goes off. Fawny, it's going to be bounced off and given to Yemechkin. Over to Nickies. That one's going to be brought in. A little bit of a cooked pass there, Brandon, but they hold on to it nonetheless. Flopberry gets that one behind the net to Koloslav. Back to the point to Yemechkin. Puck fought for in the right-hand corner. That one's going to be taken out by Fawny, and here goes WannaCry. Eagle dumps that in, and they give chase. Yemechkin battling as WannaCry does a good job to get that one out. Fawny tries to shoot, and a great poke check there by Koloslav. Koloslav sauces that one up, picks it back up himself in the left-hand corner. Gets that one back to the point, seeing if he can get it back, but it's going to be a chance for WannaCry. That one's up to Yimmy. Yimmy to Timo, back to Yimmy. He scores!
What a play there for WannaCry, and Yimmy takes advantage. You could tell that they were starting to get more and more aggressive as that period, the end of the period, went on. Just a little under 2 minutes left. They pinch a little bit on the forwards for the forecheck, or the back check rather. They create the turnover once again line. That's 2 goals now created from turnovers in the defensive zone, where they were able to turn it into an odd man rush. WannaCry takes advantage once again, and now 2 minutes to go, and we have a tie game, Tegan. A completely different game than what we had before.
Under 2 minutes to go. 2-2 game. WannaCry versus Stargazing at the Caps Gaming Showcase. Game number 1. Puck is going to be brought in. It's Yemechkin almost had the pass across as he had Ose. Here's Koloslav. He tries to dump that one in, but it goes into the WannaCry bench.
WannaCry has really benefited from being aggressive so far in this game. I'm really curious to see how aggressive they're going to be with this being a tie game. How much do you pull back from that, or do you keep applying that pressure and causing those mistakes?
Puck is going to be moved in by WannaCry. Good job as Ose comes out with it for Stargazing. Not much time left to get the pass ahead, but a little too hard and couldn't be held on him. WannaCry is going to get a chance now. Look at this. The pass is through. It's Timo to Yimmy. He scores!
Now, all of that started from the cut by the right winger in Timo. That was a beautiful cut right between both defensemen, created the space, and even though he wasn't able to finish it himself, Yimmy Sebastian goes to the net, gets there, right place, right time, takes advantage, and WannaCry is less than a minute away from stealing this game 1, Tegan.
And just like that, Costi holds on to that one, and he's only got to hold on for another 30 seconds or so here, Brandon.
And the defense in front of him has to do the same. A big draw here, the big defensive draw for WannaCry. If they can win this, they can maybe get it out and get some time killed off this clock.
Yimmy brings that over into the middle to Fawny. Fawny dumps that one down. And WannaCry is going to work the puck out. It's their first. Oh, and the puck's carried out by Yimmy. He doesn't have much time left. Yimmy jump teats and trying to put on a bit of a show for us again here, Brandon.
And isn't that indicative of what we saw this entire game? It may not be the simple play, but man, oh man, is it fun to watch. And why keep it simple when you have the game in hand and there's 2 seconds left and you are leading 3-2? What a performance by WannaCry. They score the last 2 goals in the last 5 minutes from down 2-1 to up 3-2. They take game 1 3-2. What a game there, Tegan. That was fun. We have 1, maybe 2 more of these? Really? Wow.
Yeah, I can't believe it. As Brandon, we'll kind of touch on the nice deeks in a little bit, but I think we have to talk about the chances that the teams take from capitalizing on the other team's mistakes, because I think every single goal that we saw in this game was a capitalization point.
Yeah, every single one of them was, like you said, just capitalizing on mistakes. Mistakes can really turn the way a game goes, whether to your benefit or to your dismay. And you see right there, that goal, unable to get out of the zone for WannaCry. Stargazing able to take advantage of open shot in front of the net in the slot, and it was buried in. Then on those 3 goals for WannaCry, just a great job being aggressive at the point of attack, causing turnovers for Stargazing in their own offensive zone, turning it into a counterattack, turning it into a breakaway or odd man rush, and capitalizing on those chances and turning them into goals. That was the difference in this game. WannaCry just able to cause more of those mistakes and able to take advantage of more of them as well.
And there you see WannaCry showing both defensemen going for that player on the break. The poke check did work, but Brandon, the puck pops off their stick, goes into a broken play, and the puck's in the back of the net anyway. So maybe a little more communication going into game 2. Stargazing didn't really have to climb back at all, other than 30 seconds, did they? They didn't lose the lead at all until the last minute of the hockey game, and that's a tough place to be put into.
Yeah, and you even felt that when they were down 1-0 after that early counterattack goal that WannaCry had, you kind of felt Stargazing had the control of the way that this game was playing. They were getting a lot of the time on attack. They were getting a lot of the opportunities, while WannaCry weren't really able to establish the zone. Most of their chances came on causing those turnovers and taking advantage of the mistakes that Stargazing had, while Stargazing, on the other hand, even though they were able to establish the zone a little bit more and get more chances just based off of the cycle and passing it around between themselves, unfortunately for them, those just were not where the quality opportunities got themselves. It came from those turnovers. They came from forcing the opponent to make a mistake and then taking advantage of it on your end. WannaCry was able to play that game, and they played it to perfection. That's what got them that 3-2 win.
And this is a best of 3 here at the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos and powered by Leaguegaming. Brandon, what finesse and moves put on by guys on both these teams. We saw a Michigan attempt. We saw between the leg shots. We saw a kick to the toe that almost worked. What else are we going to see? That was only game 1.
I mean, at this point, anything is really up for grabs at this point, Lime. I mean, You kind of said it earlier, and it almost just took the words right out of my mouth. This is like an all-star game style, man. I mean, you're so used, especially to the EU side, to that just kind of slow, methodical pace where it's a lot of chess matches, strategicness to it. This is just run and gun. I'm going to beat you with my best move, and it is fun to watch. It may not be the most strategic hockey you've ever seen, but it's a show, man. And if you want entertainment value, you have it right here at twitch.tv/capitals with this matchup.
You definitely do, Brandon. Now, player of the game from each team, as we always do. Now, I want to hear who you think played the best in game 1 for both sides, and we'll carry into game 2.
Man, this is tough. I think for Stargaze, we're going to go losing team, the winning team for Stargaze. I'm going to go with Allstate. He did get that one goal, and you saw him kind of being the main facilitator of a lot of the chances that Stargazing had in the zone. He was really the one with the puck on his stick and feeding his teammates, giving them an opportunity to score. Unfortunately for them, may not translate on the scoreboard, but don't be surprised if you call his name a few times here in this game too. And I think for WannaCry, you have to go with bMaJuH, right? He had 2 of the goals, was really well positioned on all of his goals, had the breakaway that he caused a turnover on, and then the 3rd goal, even though Timo wasn't able to put it home, he did a great job getting himself to the front of the net, being there at the right place at the right time. You'd be surprised how many players kind of just back off and don't get in position for that. If he is not there, that is a chance that does not happen for WannaCry, and we will be calling an overtime and 2-2 right now rather than talking about a 3-2 win for WannaCry.
Well, here we go. Game number 2 in the Caps Gaming Showcase. It is 1-0 WannaCry, and we are presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming, here at Twitch TV /Capitals. And we have a face-off win here for Stargazing. Now we have WannaCry in the black and green, Stargazing in those nice white and reds. bMaJuH gives that puck away to Yimmy, who tries to get it ahead, but it's going to be on the stick of Koloslav. Koloslav drops that one back to Nick, and it's going to be brought into the zone. Koloslav drops that one back to Nick. Nick brings it in, he's hit hard, and the puck's going to be Omaha down the ice. First to it is going to be Yimmy. Yimmy, good job to hold the puck behind the net. Gets that one up the right-hand side. It's back to the point. Shot is on. Good block there, but it's going to be held in by WannaCry. Puck down low, and Nick, what a stick. As Flopberry between the legs dangles in, and he looked for a pass. He almost got through, Brandon.
Oh man, that skill did not go away after game 1. It's a score there for WannaCry, Tegan.
What a goal! As that saucer pass was like nothing I've ever seen across the crease back door. Yimmy had no room to put that in, Brandon. What a goal, as it looked like he snuck it 5-hole.
Yeah, and we were just talking about how bMaJuH was great there in that first game. A big reason they were able to win said first game, being at the right place at the right time and causing those turnovers. Another great play from him there as Stargazing tries to capitalize and go back at him.
As Kosti with a fantastic save, wearing that nice number 99 there, Brandon, as we get a face-off here to the left of him in a 1-0 game here for Stargazing. As you guys will be able to keep up with all scores, points, and everything with Leaguegaming's dynamic stats system at the top of your screen with the ticker and the real-time updates. Puck is going to be brought out here by WannaCry. Good pass at the Eagle as he activates from the point. Spins to get around his check across, but what a play by Flopberry as he comes back at the left wing position and does a great job at intercepting that puck. Flopberry brings that one into the offensive zone. It's going to be Nick down low to Koloslav out front, and another good pickoff by Nickies on the other side. As Timo comes up with speed, looks for that saucer pass across, but bMaJuH is usually playing up front in the NHL. Back on the point, as we love that bMaJuH name here at the Capitol. As puck is going to be dumped down, Nick into the middle. Yimmy picks that puck up on the right-hand side. Down low to Timo. Back to Yimmy. Yimmy still holding on the left-hand side. He's poked off. And a good job by bMaJuH as he carries that one up the right-hand side. Ose poked off his stick. And Timo battling with it as he drops that one back to the point. But both teams, this is really neutral zone hockey right now, Brandon.
Yeah, a bit different than what we saw in game 1, where it was a lot of back and forth and just capitalizing on fast break chances. This game a lot more strategic on the defensive end and a lot more neutral zone hockey. Gonna come down to who can establish the offensive zone. We'll see if that style changes a little bit or if we go back to that same style that we saw earlier where it was so much counterattacking going on from both teams.
Puck is going to be dumped all the way down, picked up by Fawny as he's very, very defensive for his boys. As there's a pickup by Flopberry as he comes in, but there he is, Fawny again, 200-foot center. He does a great job at that position, but bMaJuH, a better job on the other side, 4-on-2. Ose drops that one down low, good give and go. Koloslav back to the point, and a great save there by Kosti.
Yeah, nice save there from Kosti. It's kind of similar a little bit to game one, Lime, at least through these first few minutes. It feels like Stargazing kind of getting the possession, but maybe not the high flurry of opportunities you would ideally like, while WannaCry, whenever they get to the zone, it is guns a-blazing, and they are just firing the chances at will whenever they can. We'll see if maybe Stargazing can get a few more chances on net and maybe create something for themselves based off of that.
And that was a good poke check there by Fawny for WannaCry as he got that one back to Costi and held on. So 1-0 game here for Stargazing. The series is 1-0 WannaCry as they went up by 1 in the last 30 seconds. As Nick out front, and what a save as Costi robs Ose.
Yeah, that was big there from Costi. He did a nice job. He's had to stay on his toes in the last few minutes there. He had a little bit where WannaCry was getting a little bit of zone time, and then it was right back at it in the offensive end for Stargazing. So a nice period from Costi, showing up big for his team so far.
Yamechkin pulling out the clapper, looking like Ovechkin, but that one's going to be blocked as the puck comes down the left-hand side. The Eagle, what a pass out front, but they can't connect. A bit of a broken play, and Ose brings it out for Stargazing. Over to Koloslav, nice dump on the right-hand side, and that's going to be chased and on by Ose. Ose back to the point, and Nick is blocked. Another shot is blocked by Eagle, and a great job by WannaCry to get in front of these pucks for their goaltender, Brandon.
Yeah, blocked shots could be something that's kind of an unsung stat for a lot of teams, but you'd be surprised how big those little plays show up in games, really limiting that opportunity and not allowing the other team to get a quality shot on your goalie.
As Timo gets that one up to Fawny. Fawny, not a lot of time, tries to pass that one across. Eagle coming in. And I've noticed that a lot, Brandon, as we go to the intermission here at the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming. Is that our friend here, Desert Eagle, has been jumping up in the play quite a bit.
Yeah, and Eagle, he has been doing that, and that's something that we've seen from a lot of teams so far this tournament. Defensemen not being shy to kind of jump up a little bit in the offensive play and try to contribute, getting that puck going, getting something generated for themselves. Interestingly enough, Eagle has the second most shots out of any of WannaCry's players so far. He's only second behind Timo, their right winger, who has 35. So it's not really surprising, I guess, to see him jump into that play and try to create some opportunities for this team. He's not been shy at doing it this season, and so far, it's actually created some good chances so far.
That one went off of Leski as it bounced off of his skate. So, Brandon, that one hit the post off his skate. A little bit of luck there.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, Lime, and you know what they say. Sometimes it's better be lucky than good. That luck trait comes into play right there. Gonna be interesting to see how Stargazing looks in the second period. I thought they had some good chances for themselves, and they were able to come back in the second period of game one and score. We'll see if they can do it here with their backs against the walls in this series.
Puck on the left-hand side is WannaCry. Works that around the offensive zone. Stargazing drops that one back, and they're going to start out from their own zone. Here comes Ose. Ose over the line. That one's poke checked off. Eagle first on it in the corner. He's hit hard, and I believe he's going to draw a penalty there, Brandon.
Yeah, and WannaCry going to get their second chance of the power play this series. They had the one earlier in the second period of game one, not able to take advantage of it, so now a second chance for them here. We said how special teams was going to be interesting to see how these two teams matched up. Not a lot of opportunities for them to show that skill, but a chance for them here. Stargazing won bout one. We'll see if they can do bout two.
Big shot on as that one sails wide, and we're going to see another drawn penalty, as I believe there was a slash behind the net. Flop areas, he just tries to kill off some time, but it's picked up by WannaCry, and we're going to go some 4-on-4 hockey here. Lots of ice, Brendo.
Lots of ice and lots of space. Going to be fun to see who takes advantage. That is a big, big break for Stargazing, who is kind of looking with their backs against the wall with that power play and with WannaCry getting some momentum. Now they get the open ice, and they get to even things up in terms of the numbers with a little bit of power play time to boot once they kill this off.
Ose drops that around. 30 seconds left here on 4-on-4 hockey. As Stargazing down in this series 1-0, but up in the game. Puck behind the net is Yimmy. Yimmy battling for it, but Yamechkin picks it up. Poke checked off and back to the point. Here's Timo. Timo, shot on is going to be blocked, and Stargazing going to work the puck up, but an errant pass goes all the way onto the stick of Desert Eagle, and he just, Dest Eagle, and he dumps that all the way down. As puck is going to be brought up by Koloslav to Yemechkin. Good pass over. As that one's going to be picked up by Fawny. He's been great in the defensive zone as he tries to get that one ahead and on a breakaway for WannaCry, sorry. As Stargazing now with it, they're going to work it out as Flopperry. Flopperry moves that one across, poke checked off. Nicky's over to Eagle up the left-hand side to Fawny, and he hits Yimmy on the breakout. Timo, good puck support, drops that one back to Eagle. He's going to wrap that one around, but a good job by Stargazing as they just get that puck in the defensive zone, and they've been good, Brandon.
Yeah, they've been solid in that defensive zone, man. I know they've had their mistakes in the offensive zone, but they've been able to lock it down when WannaCry has had that firm possession. It's really just been on those odd man rushes that's been a struggle for them. When they are able to just play that 5-on-5 game and have everything in front of them, that's really when they've been at their best so far. If they can just limit those mistakes and keep WannaCry from getting those quick odd man rushes and breakaway opportunities, I like their chances.
Puck is going to be picked up. Flopperry as he fires that one on, and a great save. So if WannaCry holds on here, Brando, they're going to be in pretty good scenario.
Yeah, and it's funny because we kind of talked about how WannaCry has won all their games under one by just a single goal. They did so in game one. It's holding true so far. They're used to these close games. They are used to winning them. This series so far has kind of played in that favor for them. We'll see if Stargazing can get a response and maybe open things up a little bit for themselves, because even though they've had that zone time, not really a lot of clear-cut, open, high-danger opportunities.
Puck is back at the point. Nick. Yemechkin backhand, and that one gets intercepted. And here goes WannaCry. Over the line, that one's going to be bank passed and picked up by Stargazing. Up to Koloslav. Yemechkin coming in to Koloslav, and they can't connect as Yemechkin coming up into the play now to try and get some offense going here for Stargazing. Here comes Yemi over to Timo. Timo drops that one back. D2D as Eagle forced at the line, but he's able to keep it in. Drops it down to Fawny, looking for the one-timer as Nicky's coming down into that high slot. But Ase picks that up for Stargazing, and they work out. Ase, good puck support as he picks that puck up. Good pinch there by Yemechkin to Ase, and a poke check off by Timo as a great job by the forwards coming back here for WannaCry.
Yeah, it takes 5 to do it, Lime. You know, everybody can look at the forwards, and you obviously look at those scoring numbers. That's what a lot of people judge a good forward off of, but the value in being able to help your defenseman to help that defensive game, limiting opportunities for the opponent, so crucial. A great job from the WannaCry forwards to come back and help their defense and their goalie out there as well.
Puck is going to be moved out now by Stargazing. They need to get something cooking here in the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming, and we are here at Twitch TV /Capital. Puck up front, and there it is! Ose with a great goal, same spot as last game.
And Ase has scored both goals now for Stargazing in this game, and man, oh man, did they need it right there. A great job there from just kind of sticking with the play off that rebound, being there in position, his 10th goal of the season no less, and man, Stargazing, they were getting that offensive zone time we had talked about, but just not able to capitalize on it. They get one there. Do things maybe start to open up for them now as we get to the closing starts of the second period? Let's see.
And there's another one, what a goal, as Flopperry works his way right to the top of the crease and goes backhand and makes no mistake.
And it's deja vu now, Lime. They scored 2 goals in the second after being down 1-0 in game 1. Well, they do it again here in game 2. A big switch there for Stargazing after it seemed like they were kind of coming from behind and chasing this game. Now they're out in front of it.
As Timo makes a nice move trying to get past a couple defenders, but here we go. Stargazing ahead 2-1 just like that. WannaCry going to work. They're not able to get the puck moved around like they wanted to, so the puck's going to be back into WannaCry territory, and they're going to work out in the breakout as they give that puck away to Stargazing. Here's Nick over to Koloslav. Good pass into the middle as puck is going to be dumped all the way down, and that does it for period number 2, Brandon, at the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming at Twitch TV /Capital.
Yeah, Tegan, a great 2 periods of Game 2 so far. It has not been far off from the action that we saw in Game 1. And at the end of that period, if WannaCry had a few more seconds, that looked like that could have easily been a 2-on-1 for them. They are very fortunate for Stargazing that there wasn't just 4 or 5 more seconds there on the clock. But speaking of Stargazing, the stars aligning for them there in that period. We kind of said it looked like they were kind of chasing the game and just trying to get back into it. And just in a matter of a minute, they scored 2 and now they're ahead and they can just kind of play their game. And if they play mistake-free hockey, Tegan, you have to like their chances.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. Stargazing coming back, and like you said, it was a 2-minute period, basically, where the game just changed.
Yeah, that 2 minutes there, they had the 1 goal there that was from Ose, that was just him being in the solid spot on that rebound, and then similarly right there, just a minute and a half later, Flapperi does the same thing, right place, right time, off the rebound, and puts it in. So, like you said, 18 minutes didn't matter for Stargazing. They just needed the 2, and they are up 2-1 because of it, looking to push this series to a Game 3.
You're right. They've got about 18 minutes to go here. They'll have 18 miles and about 6 miles carrying themselves to Game 3, or will it be WannaCry wrapping this up in 2 as Flapperi gets a pass and he can't connect as Coleslaw found him out front. And look at the pinch there as Yimmy, wow, cherry picking all the way down. Here goes Fawny as he walks through. He connects the pass to Timo, but he can't sneak it in short side. Looked like the goaltender kind of was just standing there. He had a chance as Koloslav drops that one back in the defensive zone for Stargazing. And they don't mind taking their time here, Brendan.
Yeah, you can't blame them either. Just gotta take your time and play your game. With this just being a 1-goal game, both of these teams can still kind of play your style. Don't have to get too far out of your element. We saw WannaCry benefit from the aggressiveness in that last game. We'll see if they ramp it up a little bit, but still a lot of time left, so you don't have to get too far out of your comfort zone if you don't want to.
Flapperi with a shot and a great save by Costi. Nickies, as he tries to get that ahead, puck is fought out of the zone on the right-hand side and finally does. 2-on-1, puck brought in by Timo. He tried to bring it to the middle and shoot, which we know in 22 works a lot of the time, Brandon.
Works a lot of the time and works even better when you have the right X factor paired with it. A nice chance there from WannaCry. We'll see what they do here on this offensive faceoff. Haven't seen them got many of these chances this game. A nice opportunity for them to set up and get a play going for themselves.
Gimme won that draw. He was able to keep the puck in, but a good job by Stargazing on the defense to fight that off. And it's going to be Nick who dumps that in right-hand side, but the puck is out of play.
And this is going to be interesting here. Stargazing, now they have the lead and they're able to play with the lead, and they have minimized the amount of mistakes that they've made. They have really benefited off of being able to play that possession game, and with the clock being on their side, it's going to be interesting to see how much that benefits them, or if they kind of keep pushing the pedal to get that double-digit, or excuse me, that 2-goal cushion there for themselves rather than the 1.
Yeah, they could use it right now as that one slides all the way through and ends up right at Costi. He's going to hold on and take no chances.
Yeah, and I know Costi had that rough 2 minutes there. Not a lot he could have done about any of those goals, but he has been solid so far for WannaCry in both of these games, where he's come up with some really big saves, and he's a big reason that they're up in the series and still find themselves in this game too.
Timo can't get into the zone. It's going to turn under 2-on-1. Koloslav with Flapperi. He scores!
And that was a perfectly executed rebound play by the 2 forwards there of Stargazing. Flapperi in the right place at the right time and capitalizes on it. That rebound just perfectly placed. It almost acts as a pass there. You see, just gets it right in the middle of that left pad there, and it goes right to the stick of Flapperi for them to get an open net. And now Stargazing, for the first time, they have a lead of more than 1 goal. This is really in their favor, and it's going to take a lot for WannaCry to get back in this game, but with the way they play, you never know.
That's a great play by Costi to come out, and it is a 2-goal lead. His 11th of the season, as you saw from Leaguegaming's dynamic stat system in the top right hand of your corner. And we'll get a face-off here in the defensive zone for WannaCry, and they need 2 goals. As you'll catch the game results coming in the top right-hand corner of your screen while we wrap up the 3rd period here as Eagle goes over to Nickies. 2 goals needed for WannaCry, or we're going to be going to a Game 3. Nick moves that up to Koloslav, and that one's picked up by Nickies, and Here goes Fani for WannaCry as they need a goal. Can't get into the zone. Koloslav, he brings it into the slot. Shot on and a great save by Kosti. Puck behind the net is going to be battled for, but Nick comes out with it for Stargazing. Nick, he's bumped off the puck by Eagle, but it pops out to Flapperry. He takes a slap shot close. Nick with a shot on is going to be blocked by Fani. Eagle up the middle to Fani. They try and get the puck out, and WannaCry needs to build on something here as they can't even get into the zone, Brandon.
Yeah, this has been a rough few minutes here for WannaCry, especially being down in this game by 2 and under 5 minutes to go. You've got to get something in the offensive zone for WannaCry on that 5-on-5.
Eagle brings that in on the left-hand side. Fani picks himself up and gets himself back into the play. Nickies works that one out to the neutral zone. Not a lot of time left. They need 2 goals. Eagle tried to get it over the left-hand side, but that one is offside.
This is great neutral zone defense right now that we are seeing from Stargazing Lime. You kind of can look and tell here that WannaCry, they're trying to find those open spaces to get passes and to get past that blue line, but it's just not there for them. Stargazing just all over it in the neutral zone defensively, and it's a great way to play with that 2-goal cushion that they have, just trying to get themselves to this game 3 any way they can. A great defensive display here for them in the last 5 minutes.
Big hit there by Nickies for WannaCry as Eagles gets that one ahead to Timo. Nickies brings that puck out right-hand side for WannaCry. They need to put one in as we get into the last minute. Puck is going to be wrapped around. Fani gets it down low. Yimmy looking for the wraparound. He can't connect that, and Stargazing does a good job. Yemetskin trying to get it out. He can't. Eagle, he's down there below the goal line again, Brandon, trying to help his boys get something going. Koloslav sends that one up. Good job knocking that puck out of the air. But Stargazing brings that over, and Eagle again trying to get it in, but he's offside.
Yeah, and in a situation like this for WannaCry, you kind of have to be aggressive. You pointed to it earlier, Lime, how Eagle loves to kind of press up a little bit and help his offense out. No better time to do that when you're down by 2 and less than a minute left. I know it can kind of lead to a goal on the other end, but that isn't the biggest concern right now. You've got to get pucks in the net, and that aggressive play style is the only way to do it with this little time.
Stargazing so close to getting themselves into a game 3 here. As that puck is going to be dumped in. First on it is going to be Stargazing. It's a weird poke check. Jars the puck loose to the point. Here goes Timo. Good interception as he brings that puck out on the right-hand side. Tries to drop that one back. It's going to be moved down low to Yimmy. Yimmy, what a pass and what a save by Lesky as that saucer pass was phenomenal. But the backhand shovel shot not able to connect. Here comes Eagle in and another big save by Lesky. And that is the game.
In a game that is a well-deserved win for Stargazing. The 2 minutes there at the end of the second period, really the difference in this one, able to get that game-tying goal, and then the game-winning goal it would turn out to be right after that. We saw WannaCry do something similar in the third period to win themselves game 1 in a 2-minute span. This time, Stargazing says, well, whatever you can do, I can do as well, if not better. They do it there and then get the goal to add on to it in the third period. A well-deserved result for Stargazing to get this into a game 3. And now, Lime, it all comes down to one game.
Now it's one game, the do or die. The excitement is about to pile on. It's funny, in game 1, we saw a lot of fanciness out of both teams. It's more like this game was nose to the grindstone. Yeah,
not as much finesse, maybe not as entertaining, but you understand with so much on the line, especially from Stargazing being down 1-0 in that series, and that was a lot more of the textbook esports style that you saw in that game, right? A lot of good neutral zone trap hockey and just taking advantage of your chances, making those set plays from getting the puck on that. Stargazing, that is what won them that game. Every single one of those goals from rebounds, set plays on rebounds where they put a puck on net, got it in the right position to get a second chance and capitalized on it. Something that they did not do as much in game 1. It went to their credit in this game. They adjusted as good teams do, and it paid off for them in a big way to win that game too.
Yeah, I think if Stargazing beats the battle against themselves, Brandon, is they are having trouble scoring more than 2 goals a game. They come out, they get 3, they win a hockey game.
Yeah, and I think you kind of said it right there, just winning that battle against yourself. And I know that can kind of sound odd, but in that game 1, it's not really like WannaCry just got opportunities on their own doing. It was
Right.
taking advantage of turnovers, creating mistakes on Stargazing's part, and just capitalizing with odd man rushes and breakaways. And that was all 3 goals for WannaCry in that game. This game, Stargazing able to limit those mistakes, not give WannaCry those easy chances. And unfortunately for WannaCry, they were not able to really establish any quality opportunities for themselves in the zone compared to the one that Stargazing was able to get. And that was really the difference. The mistakes in game 1 compared to the lack of in game 2. Stargazing much better in front of it. Now this game 3 going to come down to if WannaCry can get something going for themselves without relying on those mistakes from Stargazing.
So if game 1 was a capitalized on mistakes game and game 2 was a very nice passing to goal game, what are we going to have for game 3?
Man, this has been an unpredictable series, Lime. You really don't know. I think that you're going to see WannaCry continue to be aggressive. They know how well they've been at being able to capitalize those mistakes. And you can say what you want about Stargazing making mistakes. That's going to happen. But at the same time, it takes the opponent to create those mistakes, to make that poke, to make you maybe think a little bit more and make that wrong decision. WannaCry's been good at that so far in this game. And if they can continue to do that and do a little bit more of that in game 3, they have a chance in this one. I just don't really feel comfortable relying on that if Stargazing is able to avoid that and kind of say, okay, I know what you're doing here. We're going to pivot on that, avoid it, and look towards something else. That's my only real worry with WannaCry. If they're not able to create those mistakes, how well can they get things going on their own end in the offensive zone?
So, as we always do, Brandon, player of the game from game 2 from either sides quickly before we get into puck drop here.
Player of the game for me, I believe, has to be Ase once again there for Stargazing. He created a lot of the chances between the goal and the 2 primary assists to Flopperry in game 2 to really get that 3-1 lead going. And I think for WannaCry, even though he might have not had that impact on the score sheet, you said Eagle's name a lot. He did a good job creating chances for WannaCry and being aggressive in that offensive zone, giving some chances for WannaCry offensively to maybe get some opportunities. Unfortunately for them, maybe not able to capitalize, but don't be surprised if you maybe see him get in on a play or 2 that could result in a goal in this game 3. He has been active in that offensive zone, and the big reason that WannaCry was able to create the chances that they did.
Number 3 here in the do or die game from the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming here at Twitch TV /Capitals. He is Brandon Bigsby. I am Tegan Blair, and of course, we have the amazing Nick DeMail behind the scenes producing for us today. As the puck is going to be brought in here by WannaCry. WannaCry in white, Stargazing in black. Timo to Yimmy. He looked out front for Fawny, but a good job by Flopperry as he's been very good to help out as Flopperry comes into the offensive zone. What a pass to Ase, and they start off early.
They start off early indeed, and that's not something you've seen from Stargazing at all so far today, Tegan. They've had to kind of get things going in the second period. That's the first goal they've scored in the first period all day. So a great job from Stargazing to get this momentum going early. WannaCry not used to that so far. We'll see how they react and how they respond here.
As the puck's going to be brought out by WannaCry. No, it's not. Held in there, and we get a delayed penalty as we heard that in between games we actually misplaced one of the skates of the goaltender. So Bullies is coming in for game 3 here, Brandon.
Yeah, and Bullies has been solid so far for WannaCry. He's had some big-time saves. He's going to have to make some more. The first power play of the day for Stargazing would be huge if they could get that second goal early.
Here's Yemechkin. Over to Flopperry, back to Yemechkin. Yemechkin brings it in, he's bumped off the puck, and maybe a chance for WannaCry. Omaha play doesn't work as Yemechkin gets in the way, and the puck's brought in by Flopperry, but he's hit hard. And WannaCry clears that out on the PK. Puck is going to be brought out here by Stargazing. Through the middle, what a move, but he put himself offside as Flopperry showing he's fancy and good.
Yeah, the Stripes had to whistle what was going to be a beautiful play there from Flopperry. That between the legs, you may not see it often, but when it is executed at the right time, man, does it look so good, and it's used in the right moments. A great IQ play from Flopperry, and a little bit of finesse added in as well there, Tegan.
Puck is going to be brought up by Stargazing. Little D to D as Yemechkin brings the puck up. yemečkin coming in, usually wearing number 8. Today he's in 45 as he tries to one-hand tuck that in front, but it's held on by bMaJuH.
And once again, the power play not there for either of these two sides. So 3 power plays between these two teams. That was the first for WannaCry, or excuse me, the first for Stargazing. WannaCry had the 2 earlier, and no team able to capitalize. So the PK, the star of the show on the special team so far.
Here's Eagle. Tries to sauce that one up the right-hand side to Timo. Timo does get it first behind the net, and it's going to be won by Nick, and he gets it to Ase. Ase. Over to Koloslav. Koloslav drops that one back to Ase. Down low to Nick. Nick to Ase. Looking across. Koloslav gets the shot on. Not the one he wanted as the pass was intercepted. Here comes Timo into the zone for WannaCry. Moves that one down to Yimmy. Yimmy back to Nicky's. Nicky's fires tipped in from by Fonny, and that one's off the post. As that's the best chance for WannaCry so far. Nick coming in as we have a delayed penalty. Moved back to Ase. Ase looks across, and the puck's picked up, and Stargazing is going to go to the power play.
Man, and what an unfortunate change there for WannaCry. Looked like they had a good goal chance. How many times do you see tips hit off the bottom post there, Tegan? Unfortunately, doesn't go in for them, and they take the penalty on the other side. Gonna have to kill this thing off as they're not able to there, Tegan.
As they're not able to, as they say anything you can do, Ase can do better as he gets the tip, and that one's directed right into the mesh there, Brandon. It is going to be a 2-0 game.
And I know we've been talking about player of the game after each of our games so far, but I think Ase making a solid tip for player of the series so far. He has been in on every single goal, whether it be scoring it himself or getting his teammates involved. He has been all over the ice for the Men in Black.
As he almost had another one, as he wasn't able to get that puck out front. It's a good job by bMaJuH to hold on to that one. As we'll get a face-off in the defensive zone for WannaCry. Fonny against Ase. Fonny wins that draw back to Nicky's. Nicky's over on the left-hand side. Back to Fonny. He gives that one to Timo, and WannaCry enters the zone. Back to Eagle. He fires double tip, but yemečkin doing a good job on the back end. Big hit in the numbers there, and we are going to see another delayed call.
On the numbers and on the boards, and man, WannaCry, they're putting themselves in a bit of a sticky position here, Tegan. This is a lot of penalties, especially considering that they didn't take one at all in those first 2 games. That's 3 in the first period alone. Stargazing already scored 1. If they can get this up to a 3-goal lead, that spells nothing but trouble with a capital T for WannaCry. They have got to kill this off in the baddest of ways.
Yeah, they're in a tough scenario right now, Brandon. In the first period here. Lots of hockey left, though, but this Stargazing team has been very good on the back end. As Ase gets someone ahead to Flopperry, back to Ase, poked off his stick by Eagle, who's been very good for WannaCry on the back end. Ase over to Koloslav. Koloslav trying to drive that one to the middle, but a good job by Eagle. He gets that ahead. What a move by Yimmy. Fonny comes up and shoots, and that one's going to be saved, and the puck is played out by Leskies. He wants to try and take advantage of all of the WannaCry players in the offensive zone. We don't see that often, do we?
Yeah, don't see that often at all. I mean, hey, man, we've seen a lot of stuff in this game we haven't seen often. Michigan attempts and trying to get things off the back of the goalie for a goal. We've seen nutty stuff in this game. No shock that there's a little bit more in the bag of tricks for both of these sides.
Here comes Timo. Timo gets that one up front. Timo picks it up, and what a save, but it's loose, and they score! Yemi on the back door!
And it was all about being in the front of the net. It was 2-on-0 basically there for WannaCry. Obviously, they had the defenseman kind of come in late, but you have 2 forwards that in close there. And is that a penalty too? I believe there's a penalty.
I believe they just got a penalty and a goal. So now we're really seeing things we haven't seen. As Ase gets that across, that one's going to be poked off. yemečkin, I guess he was using Backstrom's twig as he wasn't able to get the full clap. He loves on that one, and that one's going to be held on by bMaJuH.
The penalty was on Yimmy Sebastian. He's the one that scored the goal. I think that they called that goalie interference, but still counted the goal. That's interesting. That's a tough break there for WannaCry. Wow.
So a good goal to kind of get themselves moving is Nick over to Flutberry, and what a goal!
And that is the first time we've seen the one-time play really be put to use by either of these two sides. And man, I mean, Nick might be in the background, but he said it best. What is happening here, Tegan? Absolute madness between these two sides. A great job by Stargazing to take advantage of that unfortunate penalty there from WannaCry.
Yeah, I'm glad I get to sleep on the plane to go back across the pond for tonight, because I gotta get a bit of rest after this one. Is back and forth. This has been a crazy game, Brandon.
Absolutely bonkers, man, and there's still a lot of time left. It is not over yet.
Puck is... We're going to get another penalty here, Brandon, as the ref, yeah, here, come on, you can grab the whistle changes. He's going to need a new one as Stargazing now going to the kill with 1:16 on the clock. As that face-off is won by Ose. He looks to clear it out, but can't. Is Eagle now. Eagle D to D, and he scores! What a rip from the point by Nickies!
A beautiful play there, that D to D play from Eagle to Nickies, and it was at the perfect time. How many power play goals are we gonna see in this game 3? We saw none in the first 2 games combined, and now all of a sudden, these guys are taking all kinds of advantage of the odd man opportunities of 5-on-4. This is absolutely nuts, Lime, and man, oh man, what's gonna happen next? I mean, this is unpredictable.
Yeah, this is phenomenal hockey as Nickies gets his 4th of the season, and you guessed it, West blew it down. We have another penalty coming here in front of the net.
Stripes went ahead and just said, we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves involved in the game too. They were quiet the first 2 games, and now all of a sudden they're calling everything on the ice between these 2 teams. We said special teams are going to play in at some point. It did in the first 2 games. Well, Tegan, here we are.
Oh, it's unbelievable stuff. There's been so many whistles. You think my good friend Tom Wilson was on the ice out there, as this has been just a penalty after penalty after penalty. As, what was that, 7 in 1 period?
Yeah, I believe so. Now the only thing we're missing is Wes McCauley calling each one. I mean, this is absolute nuts right here. I mean, 3 power play goals between the 2 sides. You have one that's a penalty from a scored goal. And after all of that, it is 2-3 in this game with the series on the line. I mean, this has to be the craziest game that we have had all season long, and that was just 1 period.
Brandon, phenomenal stuff. We have seen the momentum switch about 3 to 4 different times. Who does this killer in momentum benefit?
Oh man, you're gonna get some of the Ice Tilt supporters in the chat here in a minute, Tegan, but I mean, this is absolutely crazy. I mean, like we said, the power play had been non-existent all season, all season really for both of these teams, and that had kind of continued in the first 2 games. Granted, there weren't a lot of penalty opportunities, but now all of a sudden there's power play goals at will, and the whistle is being blown every 30 seconds. This is absolutely wild, and now WannaCry, they have a chance to tie this game up after all of this madness, all of the mistakes. A chance for them to take advantage once again and get this at 3 apiece. Let's see if they can do it.
And the puck is going to be moved around on the power play. It's going to go all the way back down. Stargazing was having trouble getting 2 goals to get 3 in the first period. As Nickies moves that one out to Timo, and he works his way in the power play. Koloslav, a great job to get rid of that one, and it's going to be dumped all the way down. Puck is going to be carried out the left-hand side. Fawny, good pass to Yimmy. Yimmy gets that one ahead to Timo. Back to Yimmy, it's poked off. And that was probably their best chance on that short power play, but it's back to 5-on-5, 6-on-6. hockey, but I'm just kidding. As Wes, we hear him put his arm up again as Yimmy brings that one over the line, and we are going to have a delayed call as the goaltender comes out. Yimmy into the middle, trying to find Timo, and that shot is going to be blowed down.
Oh, man. I mean, the seat in the box is rather warm, I guess, for both of these two sides. think that Stargazing finally gets him 5-on-5 and gets it killed off. No. WannaCry with another chance on the power play. We'll see if they can take advantage of this one after what was kind of a lackluster one on the first attempt this period.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to use my good friend Nick DeMeo and Brett Goldfarb's good old 6-on-6 5v5 hockey, but I wasn't able to pull it out, and I'm not sure if I will be able to this game, as Nicky's battling for it in the neutral zone. Over to Eagle. Eagle tries to get that one on, but Flopperry gets that one head to Koloslav, and they are itching to get into the offensive zone as it's been all penalty time. Puck is brought in on the right-hand side by WannaCry. They look back to the point, but that one's jarred out again to the neutral zone, and Eagle gets that into Fani. Fani on the left-hand side, as we want to say hello to the amazing Eki, and thank you very much for the raid, my friend. I hope your games were great, and Yemechkin gets that one ahead. Here comes Stargazing. Flopperry shot on, and a great save by Bullies.
If Stargazing is able to pull this one out, all chaos aside, remember the 2 penalty kills just then, back to back. That was 4 straight minutes for WannaCry to be able to tie this game up and have that ideal opportunity. Not able to do it, and not really able to even get any high danger chances in the process. A great job by Stargazing being able to stay composed, keep themselves in front, and getting a clutch PK. Now, can you stay out of the box? That's the biggest question from here on point.
Well, now that we have 5-on-5 hockey, guys, this is game 3 in this 1-1 battle. WannaCry versus Stargazing at the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos and powered by Leaguegaming. Here goes Nick. He goes D to D over to Yemechkin. Yemechkin gives that away to Fani, but he bumps into his own player, and that puck just kind of comes loose, and it's going to be brought in by Stargazing. Aussie tries to get that one in deep. Can't find his mate down below the goal line. Puck, couple of poke checks, and unbelievable stuff as Bullies needs to just hold himself there. This has been quite the game here, Brandon.
We thought game 1 was wild. We thought game 2 was wild. Tried those 2 times 5 in this one. No clue what is going to come next here if you're either of these 2 teams. Obviously, Stargazing in the lead, but you almost feel uncomfortable with the way this game goes. This next goal could be even more important for them almost, as it is for WannaCry to tie this game up. This is absolutely wild hockey. This next goal could be absolutely critical for either of these 2 sides with the way this game is played. 7
minutes to go here in the second period as that pass is up front, but a good job by Eagle to be in the right position at the right time to pick up that puck. Timo drops it to Nick. He's back to Timo. He's bumped on the right-hand side. That's a great shot by Yimmy over to Fani. And another delayed penalty. We are going to see WannaCry go to the power play, and they have to start capitalizing, Brandon.
Yeah, we talked about in the first 2 games how they had done so good at capitalizing on the mistakes for Stargazing. Well, they've made some mistakes here in this period in terms of being in the box, and they've not been able to take advantage of it so far on the power play. Another chance for them to do it here, but man, you gotta wonder if they're not able to score, if they look back and they regret it. They get some chances there, Tegan.
What a save by Lesky. You gotta be lucky to be good. He was sliding over to the right-hand side, but was able to get a toe save on that one, Brandon, and we'll get a reset with a face-off in Stargazing territory. We want to remind you we are here in Game 3. The winner of this wins the series. Eagle moves that one down low, but that one's going to be dumped all the way down, and look at this. Flopperry's going to get there first and does. Flopperry moves that one back to the point. It's going to be dumped in. Flopperry's going to pick himself up, and WannaCry's going to move out here on the power play. Good job by Yemechkin. As that one's going to be turned over, shot is on, and what a save by Lesky as Timo grabbed that one out of the corner. Nice little toe drag, maybe looking for that X factor, but a fantastic save by Lesky.
Say what you want about the lack of power play from WannaCry, but Lesky, he has been amazing so far in this period with all of the chances he's had to face. A great period from the Stargazing goalie that hasn't really had his name mentioned a lot so far, but he showed up big in some critical points so far in this period. We'll see if he can keep it up, and he's a big reason they still have this 1-goal lead.
Here's the Eagles. He drops that one up the right-hand side, and guess what? It has been over 3 minutes without a penalty, so we're sending someone back to the box, and it is going to be Stargazing. That's got to be their 10th, 11th of the game here, Brandon, and they're almost catching up to their whole season total.
Yeah, they're not too far off of it at this point, man. This is absolutely crazy to see. There's been really almost half of the penalty minutes in total in this game alone for Stargazing than there was the entire season so far. They had 50 minutes coming in. I mean, they've got to be nearing at least 10 to 15 at this point. This is really, really close here. They're going to take advantage at some point, WannaCry.
Yeah, and WannaCry needs to take advantage. You can't keep giving up these chances, especially when Stargazing is up 1-0. This is crucial. You need to capitalize on your power play. We saw the numbers before the game, Brandon. They were good. As Teemo, what a sneaky pass! Backdoor to Yimmy, but he couldn't find it. As that one was close, WannaCry almost evening up this hockey game. Here comes Koloslav over the line. There's not much time left here in the second period, as I don't want to hold my breath because we might get another penalty. What a hit there. As a little bit of a reverse hit there, Brandon, by the defender that was Nicky's.
Yeah, we know how well this WannaCry team is able to hit. Nicky's has 35 on his own, and WannaCry, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, has the third most hits out of any team in the league, so they are used to being physical when they need to. But man, you have to look back at that period and be a little bit somber about it if you are WannaCry. So many chances to get yourself tied in this game with all of the penalties that Stargazing took and not able to take advantage of one of them whatsoever. And that is going to be a huge switch in this game. If they're not able to win it, they will look on that one and not be pleased with themselves. That power play not really showing itself so far in this game.
What a save there by Lesky, as that one was almost poked in by the defender. He wasn't really in position, but you know what? This game is the furthest thing from scripted, and we can guarantee you that.
Yeah, you can't write a script like this if you try it.
Right.
This is absolutely wild. You do not get it anywhere else but here at the Caps Gaming Showcase, and we have one more period of it. Who's going to take this series, Tegan? It's going to be fun to watch.
Puck is going to be jarred around in the offensive zone by Stargazing. They're looking for some insurance, and they get the shot across as Flopperry puts that on, but Bullies isn't going to get beat from there again. Puck is going to be saucered up, maybe an odd man rush. No, Fawny's first on the puck. He drops that to Yimmy. Yimmy looked across for Teemo, but a good job again by Koloslav as he comes back and just dumps that one down. Nicky's, he's ran over as we get another delayed penalty coming against Stargazing. Puck is not going to be blown down, but here we go. It is now in this 3-2 hockey game, and another penalty.
Yeah, no reason not to feel confident if you're Stargazing. The power play for WannaCry has not been there, but a lot of that has to give credit to Stargazing's penalty kill. They've been unreal. 5 power plays and only 6 shots so far for WannaCry. Shows that they are limiting those opportunities. Stargazing is. They've done a great job at it so far. They're going to have to do it one more time, and I wouldn't even limit it at that at this point.
Here's Eagle looking across, but what an interception by Yemechkin. Nicky's picks that up in the neutral zone, turns it the other way for WannaCry. They need to get things going, but it's going to be Flopperry all alone. Flopperry on Bullies. What a save as Bullies gets the trapper on it. Fawny coming into the zone. What a save for WannaCry's goaltender. They need that right now, Brandon.
Yeah, we say it all the time, Tegan. Big saves can result in big chances on the other end. We'll see if that save right there ends up on a goal on the other side. But that is a huge play. Short-handed, nevertheless, too. What a play from Buoys and a big moment there for WannaCry.
As Yimmy tries to get that one across, but it's a good pick-up by Ase. Ase fires, he scores!
Ase, once again, he has been the MVP undisputedly for this Stargazing squad. I believe that's 5 goals in the 3 games so far for him, and he comes up big again after all of the penalties, all of the shorthanded time, all of the lack of possession time that Stargazing has had, and they get a little bit of 5-on-5, and Ase says, I will take this back, and gets it to a 2-goal cushion for Stargazing in the 3rd period.
Well, Ase sure loves it upstairs where mom keeps the digestive cookies, and he scored all his goals up there. As Ase gets that download to Yemechkin, he tried to pick that one across. Yimmy Gets that out for WannaCry, and now WannaCry has a huge hill to climb here as we are in the last period. Here's Ase. Ase, what a shot and a great save by bMaJuH. Behind the net is Koloslav. Koloslav gets that around. Flopperry, back to Koloslav, back to the point. Yemechkin across to Koloslav, back to Yemechkin. What a play by Stargazing, and they find the back of the net.
A great play there from Yemechkin there, taking advantage of being able to step up. That's his second goal on the day. You don't see that often from defensemen. His fourth on the season, and a big play there at a big point. It looked like WannaCry had all of those chances on the power play, could easily be up in this game by 1 or 2, not able to take advantage of those opportunities, and Stargazing just controlling the 5-on-5 since that point.
So you saw Nicky's get his 4th of the season, and as you saw from Leaguegaming's amazing dynamic stats system in the top right-hand corner of your screen, you saw Yemechkin get his 4th of the season as well. And now a 5-2 game here, Brandon. What does WannaCry have to do? They've had tons of power play opportunities, and now they have to do it 5-on-5.
Yeah, and I don't think that benefits WannaCry at all. They have struggled on the 5-on-5, and to be quite frank, they've struggled on the 5-on-4 as well, and they get another chance on the power play, Tegan. They've had them. They just can't seem to get them going. Is now where they finally strike.
As there's another power play here as Stargazing goes down, and they've had a fantastic PK, and Flopperry's gonna get a chance all alone on bMaJuH. Flopperry, one-on-one, he's tripped up, and we might see the most exciting play in hockey. We'll get a penalty shot here, is tripped up on the breakaway. Stargazing look to get ahead some more. Flopperry, one-on-one with bMaJuH. Flopperry, nice move, comes in, stays on the forehand, slap shot, and oh, what a goal by Flopperry!
And Flopperry, he has shown that skill off all game, and he does it yet again right there. This time on the penalty shot. Not often you see that here in NHL esports, but you've seen a lot of things in this series that you don't see often in NHL esports, Tegan, so I guess you can just go ahead and add that one onto the list.
Yeah, we'll just chalk that one up to wow. As what a penalty shot. Never seen anything like it. Is Koloslav holding it behind the net. He's going to try the Michigan as he set up for it for a second time in this series. As Fawny gets that ahead to Timo. Oh, Timo's hit hard as Flopperry was back. And you can guarantee that Timo got up and checked out Flopperry's number after that hit.
Yeah, old school style there. That was a beautiful hit, clean hit, as they call it as well. A nice contact play there. Stargazing, not known for putting the body on, second least hits in the league out of all eligible teams. But man, when they do it big, don't they?
They definitely do, as that puck's going to be jarred out behind the net and up the right-hand side. Looking for a pass ahead to Fawny. That one's a bit too far. And Nick into the middle to Ase. Ase. Good pass ahead to Koloslav. Koloslav gives that one away to Ase. Ase has it poked off his stick. Here goes Nick out front, and that one goes all the way through Flopperry. Ase. Oh, what passing there, but bMaJuH with a great save on the one-timer. Flopperry still behind the net. They're literally trying that Michigan for us, Brandon, and I can respect it. Eagle can't get that puck into the zone right-hand side. Nicky's gives it a shot, and that one's offside.
And Tegan, guess what?
Sorry, I wasn't keeping track. I should have checked my timer. It was ringing. Another penalty to Stargazing, but it looks like we're going to get some 4-on-4 hockey for the remainder of the hockey game.
Yeah, so a lot of open ice and a lot of space. Unfortunately, none of this going to help change the result more than likely for WannaCry, barring a miracle and a prayer, but nevertheless, and a off the back of the pad goal there, and a shrug. Perfect selling to add on to it there.
Wow, you know, Koloslav just kind of throws a little saucer pass. It goes off the back of bMaJuH, and that is just it. No luck for WannaCry this game, Brandon. Sorry, another penalty to Stargazing as we are going to go to a little 4-on-3 power play now, Brando.
Yeah, 4-on-3, you know, like I said, add that to the list of things you don't see too often in NHL esports, and I think that kind of is what you chalk it up to for WannaCry. You know, just not able to take advantage of these power plays and a few unfortunate breaks as well. But nevertheless, 1 for 7 on the power play in this game. And oh, does the refs have something else to say? I think he does. I believe he does. Yeah, another penalty.
Puck is going to be shot on big toe. Save is 4-on-3 hockey here. As puck is Fawny backdoors. He was looking for Nickies, couldn't get the puck through. Fawny between the legs pass, looking for Eagle, and we're gonna get a breakaway. It's bMaJuH on the breakaway. He scores! Looking like Ovi. It's bMaJuH.
bMaJuH with number 2 in this game, and a goal that would make Ovi proud indeed. He may be a defenseman, but he can put the puck in the net when he needs to. His 5th goal on the season right there, and on a breakaway no less. And now Stargazing just doing a little bit of window dressing for the stats, and they're going to go with this 4-3 record at the end of this game. But hey, it doesn't hurt to get a little bit of stats in there as well.
WannaCry trying to get that in. bMaJuH picks that up. He looks to clap it out, but it's going to be Eagle. Eagle coming in. He looks across, and Yimmy couldn't find it. Yimmy out front. Fawny trying to bury, and again Lesky making amazing saves. And that one's just cleared all the way down. Buoys shoots that up the right-hand side, looking for his mates to try and get maybe some momentum built up for next week. As puck is going to be clapped all the way down, and that does it. Stargazing taking the best of 3 series here at the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming here at Twitch TV /Capitals, and what a win it was.
Yeah, and tell me the last time that you saw a team with 8 penalties in a game win 1 there, and let alone in a game 3 with the series on the line. Stargazing key on the penalty kill. WannaCry not able to take advantage of the chances they got, and it felt like every time Stargazing was on the 5-on-5, they were just all over the possession. And after that game 1, it really felt like they found their stride and were able to get pucks in the net, getting chances and creating opportunities for themselves. And man, it just felt like they got better and better and better as each period went on. A well-deserved result from them there to win this game and to win this series 2-1.
As what a series it was. I don't know, Brandon, if they were showing you a little win celebration at the end, or every guy that fell down was actually someone who served 2 minutes. But it was a great game, and nonetheless, my friend, in Stargazing, even though they took all those penalties, they were able to come out with a huge W, and that is resilience if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, and how perfect that the celebration has a little S for Stargazing as well in there, but I think that you hit the perfect word there, Lime. Resilience. To take 8 penalties in that game. I mean, when is the last time a team has ever had that many penalties in a game, let alone 1 with the series on the line? And then you add in the fact that not only did they have that happen, but they came from behind in that series. They lost that game 1 by allowing 2 goals in the last 5 minutes when they were leading. Right. So to be able to come back from all of that, continue to get better and better as the series went on, that game 1 was not their best hockey. They knew that. They got better and improved in game 2. And in game 3, they really hit their stride once they got past that large amount of penalties that they had. But when it was 5-on-5, it was really not a lot of doubt on who the better team was. We said that coming into this game too. How could WannaCry play on the 5-on-5 if Stargazing didn't give them mistakes? Stargazing did not do that. WannaCry did get chances on the power play. You could count those as those mistakes, but just not able to take advantage. And Stargazing with a well-deserved result to get this series and to move to 4-3 on the season.
Yeah, great job. Is that we were expecting this to be so tight. We looked at the power play and penalty kill before the game, and it was basically bang on. Went into the game, and it was totally different, wasn't it, Brandon?
Yeah, you know, you spend time looking up stats and researching and kind of trying to come up with storylines to come into these games with that you talk about, and then you go into the game and it's all completely different from what you came in expecting. And it's funny because we all talked about how WannaCry's power play might not have been the best. Keep in mind, Stargazing had the 27th ranked penalty kill coming into this series with a 65.2. That was a weakness against a weakness, and Stargazing turned that into a strength in this game. They were absolutely perfect just about on the penalty kill, and it was a masterclass from them on that end of it. So we may have spent a lot of time talking about how the power play wasn't the best, but the penalty kill from Stargazing, the star of the show, and a huge reason they're coming away with a series win right here.
Couple of stars for me. Splitting on the Stargazing side is going to be Ase and, of course, Lesky.
Yeah, Lesky was absolutely amazing. And I think you can make a nice case for bMaJuH too. Had the 3 goals in the 3 games as a defenseman and made some really key plays there on the defensive end. You didn't really hear a lot from Timo on the right side from WannaCry. He was the leading goal scorer for that team coming in, and bMaJuH didn't really give him a lot of space or opportunities. We didn't call his name a lot. Not anything against Timo at all, but just kind of goes to show how much of an impact bMaJuH had on that side. So a great overall game there from Stargazing. It might have been a struggle in game 1, but they continued to get better. They improved, and their big-time players showed up in those big-time moments. A well-deserved result for them to move to 4-3, and some good momentum going as we hit this last week. And after next week, Lime, it's playoff time, so gotta play your best hockey right now. Maybe this will help Stargazing get going in that right direction.
Yeah, and it just might. In Stargazing, this is a great stepping stone to build on to get themselves maybe higher up in the standings and into that better positioning.
Yeah, and that's really big for them. It was interesting because they were in the top 10 in the standings before last week, but they lost their series to Reality Check. So this is a big stepping stone for them to get on the right track, make sure that one loss doesn't become a skid going into the playoffs. We know how important it is for these teams to get hot at the right time, but in the reverse, it's also so important not to go cold at the wrong time. Stargazing kind of avoids that there, gets a big series win, goes to 4-3, gets themselves back in that top end of the seeding, depending on how some of these other series shake out. So a big-time win for Stargazing. WannaCry on the other end, just things not going their way. They dropped to 3-4, a chance to go to 500 next week to get back on track before they enter the playoffs.
Well, that was great stuff there. Me and Brandon and Nick got a plane to catch as we got to get back over to NA for tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time as we are going to watch Night Shift battle overpowered 3-3 matchup for playoff positioning, Brandon, and this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, only 32 teams make it, and that is the 27th team in overpowered and the 28th team in Night Shift. So the winner, they not secure, but they put themselves in a strong position with 1 week to go. The loser, they're going to have to do some climbing next week as they would fall out of the playoffs. So a critical game that we will be seeing tonight that could potentially decide the fate between 2 of last season's playoff teams. So if you love good hockey and you love important hockey, you will not want to miss that here in the next few hours.
Well, that's it for us on the EU side. We'll be back tonight for the Caps Gaming Showcase presented by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming at, you guessed it, 9 o'clock Eastern time for that big battle. From behind the scenes, we want to thank Nick DeMayo, obviously Brandon Bigsby, and myself, Tegan Blair. We hope you have a great day or night, depending on where you are, and we'll see you this evening at 9 o'clock Eastern.